Hey guys, just wanted to do a real quick live for you on the benefits of unlocking using performing notes. I created this PowerPoint some time ago, and hang on a second. I just want to see if everything is coming up. Give me a sec here. Let's see. All right. Yep. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So let me share my screen. Got a little PowerPoint presentation for you. And it looks like that came up. And so, yeah, this was something that I did some time ago. And here, let me get rid of that live. This is I did this a little bit ago, and I thought I'd just share it again. It just kind of goes over some of the top five benefits of. There's many more many benefits of performing notes, but these are some of the top five benefits that I thought of, and I've got an example. I had, I had like seven examples in here, and I took it down to one. So if you want to see more, um, definitely let me know, and then I can just walk through some other deals that I've done and that I'm currently doing. But in any event, let's just kind of like dive into it. So yeah, so this is basically just unlock passive income with performing notes. And so the top five benefits. Benefit number one is really the reliability and predictable income. Borrowers make regular payments, consistent cash flow, provides a reliable and predictable stream of passive income. The second benefit is the reduced effort and management. And one of the notes, once the notes are acquired, payments are typically automated, going through a third-party servicing. You should not be collecting these payments at all. You should be using a third-party servicer to collect these. So this allows you to enjoy passive income without significant ongoing involvement. Compared to other real estate or business investments, I like, as I said before, I've owned many rentals, and this is really more of a passive income stream than dealing with the tenants, the toilets, and the trash outs. But I mean, as a side note, if that's what you like, there's nothing wrong with that. I personally made that switch from being a landlord to being a lien lord, where I own these notes, and like I said, I haven't looked back. And also, investing in performing notes require less effort and management, like I was talking about before, and you should definitely be using a third-party licensing servicing company to handle all your payments. Third benefit is low risk of default. Borrowers are consistently making payments. The likelihood of experiencing payment disruptions or defaults is minimized. And this is where it really comes into looking at the payment history on that performing note that you're going to buy. Say someone that's been paying for the last 5 years versus somebody that's been paying for the last 3 months. There's risk with that, right? And so what I could do is I could do another webinar on. Good God, I keep calling it a webinar. I could do another live stream on this that just kind of talks about like the three P's: the paper, the people, and the property. So some of the things that you need to be looking at when evaluating these notes. And then with this low risk of default, performing notes are low risk of default compared to non-performing notes. And then benefit four, cash flow stability. This is one of the things that I really love. Performing notes, stable and uninterrupted cash flow as long as the borrower continues to meet their payment obligations. Now, obviously, you buy a performing note now, a year from now, it may go non-performing. Bad things happen to good people. But if you bought the note right, you can have different exit strategies to help deal with that. My intentions are I foreclosure is the very last thing that I want to do if that were to happen. The very first thing that I always try to do is to do a loan modification with people to help them get back on track, to let them know that I'm here to help them. Like I said, foreclosure is the very last thing that I want to do. And then, it really relies on a consistent income stream, which is especially valuable for those seeking steady passive income. And the fifth benefit is growth. Potential for your portfolio growth is, I mean, it's just exponential. Investing in performing notes allow you to grow your passive income portfolio over time. And as you accumulate more performing notes, your passive income stream can increase, providing opportunities for financial growth and wealth accumulations. Like I said in the past, I borrow money from other people. I have a fund, and I offer above average returns, or I use my self-directed IRA to buy these performing notes in. So what I do is I just basically within my self-directed IRA, I just churn that money. So if I buy a note and then the money that goes into it in the self-directed IRA, once I reach like a certain amount, then I'll go ahead and buy another note. Or if that note pays off early, I'll take those proceeds and buy another note. So I'm exponentially compounding my my retirement vehicle. In this case, my self-directed IRA. So it's really great for growing your retirements. And then also, if you're also looking for passive income, it's really great for that as well. So what I'll do is I'll put together a PowerPoint slide on that and kind of go into a little bit more detail for you regarding that. And then lastly is the due diligence. These benefits make investing in performing notes an attractive option. It's very important. You have to do your due diligence, understand the terms of the notes and the assets, the credit worthiness of the borrower before making any investment decisions. And if you don't understand what you're looking at, performing note, non-performing note, I urge you to book a time with me. You can talk with LarryHoffman.com, and we can just go over some of the assets that you're looking at, just to make sure you're not, hitting a potential landmine. We can just look at it from all different angles. So once again, just always do your due diligence on this. And then here's an example. Like I said, I initially had 7 examples that I initially walked through, and I pared it down to only 1. So I just took out the other 6, and I just left 1. So this is one that I bought in my self-directed IRA. I bought many more within. I bought this 2 years ago. I think it was a year and a half to 2 years ago. And this is just one that I had within this PowerPoint presentation. I need to update it. So this CFD, if you're not familiar, it stands for Contract for Deed. And the BPO on this asset was $140,000. It's a first lien position. So just to let you know, I don't buy second mortgages. I only buy first mortgages across the United States. When I say mortgages, deeds of trust, and also contract for deeds. Contract for deeds are a little different than mortgages and deeds of trust, and I can do another live cast on this just to talk about the differences. And usually when it's a contract for deed, my return, I like it a little bit higher, because on a contract for deed, my company name is on that deed. I like to get a little better yield on my money. But back to these numbers, it had 15 years. It had an interest rate at the time of the note was 10%. The principal and interest payment coming in were $300 a month, and the total payments remaining was 73 years ago. So like I said, I bought this about 2 years ago, I think it was. So right now there's 72 years left on this, and the unpaid principal balance was $16,355. I actually purchased it for $13,074, and you notice my investment to value is only 9%. The 13, divide that by 140, right? I typically like investment to values at about 65% or lower a lot of the times, but that's not to say that I won't go up on my investment to value, depending on, there's a lot of factors, right? It's like the amount of money they have put down, the credit score of the borrower, the payment history. So, all of that kind of comes into play when you're evaluating these notes. But I actually bought this for $13,074. And then, so when I break out the numbers, you think my yield was 18.5%, but you have to factor in your due diligence. It's like $750. I had a doc review, BPO title search. You also have to factor in your servicing cost of $25. So this 18.55, this is gross. This isn't net. So when you factor in all this stuff, this place did have insurance on it. I didn't have to do forced place insurance, and then also taxes were paid. So my actual yield on this is 15.12%, and the other seven that I was going to show you, they range, anywhere from like 14 to about 18% on the yield. But this one in particular, I'm getting 15.12%, and they've been paying like clockwork. I've been pretty fortunate uh, with this performing note. And like I was saying before, though, performing notes, bad things happen to good people. So you do have the option. There is the chance of this performing note becoming non-performing, but because I bought this thing at such a low rate, right, $13,074, and it's worth 140. It has an unpaid principal balance of 16,000 at the time. Now it's much lower, right? 2 years have passed, so it has a lower unpaid principal balance. So if worse comes to worse, and if I needed to do, like file a foreclosure on it, I'll be able to get my money back. I'm not really worried about it. And like I said, on this particular asset, I've got I'm earning 15.12% return on my money, and that's really it. I just wanted to kind of like walk through the benefits of the performing notes, really like some of the top benefits that I saw. If you have any questions, please feel free to hit me up on my phone, 513-301-1468. Shoot me an email, larry@ljhinvestments.com, or book a 30-minute call with me, talkwithlarryhoffman.com. Or if you want to view my LinkedIn profile, Lawrence J. Hoffman Jr., there you'll find a lot of information, like deals and things like that I'm doing. And then also, if you want more additional information about my private lending program or about, what mortgage notes are, go check out ljhinvestments.com. There you'll find a lot of articles and resources that'll help you. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, and I will